Well, I just want to start this video out by saying I never thought I'd make this video, and I still don't want to make the video, but I think things need to be said and seen and understood. Why we left the server, and the shit that was going on that we didn't agree with, and everything we said just fell on deaf ears. So, yeah, here we go, I guess. Alright, this is our base coming down. We are deleting everything and getting the fuck out of here. Let her rip, Tater Chip.
First off, I'm a longtime Deadside player. I'm nearly 6,000 hours. Been an admin on more than one server, and at one point a partial server owner over these years, and in particular a significant financial supporter of this server. And for a long time, I enjoyed it, all the admins, and most of the people playing. About a month ago, started noticing a couple new players uh, who were friendly with the admins, and they'd not been on the server for very long, but suddenly uh, one of them was traveling around with a large amount of explosives and started hitting bases. And later on, only found out that they had access to the admin base and potentially their boxes. The admin claimed they were not, dropping kit for themselves or others, but strangely enough, during a surprise raid on the admin base, search of all their base boxes proved this not to be true, and you could tell that by the stacks, how things were stacked in multiples of, and the amounts. It was not farmed. Then, out of the blue, in less than a day, like a massive base made of concrete and metal, full of turrets, pops up next to my island base on another island. Really, really difficult to build on short notice. My base took months and months and months to make to what it is. Well, there it is, built up overnight, and all of our groups play various hours, so it's not like all of us would have missed this massive base being built, but there it was. Um, and after it was built, some of our friendly neighbors spotted a boat and sniped two players in it, and turned out one of the players was an admin, and the other one of those new players. The admin later claiming that the massive base, super base, was not theirs. Okay. All of this, started adding up to pretty consistent for me, suspicious, behavior. Uh, I guess the real final straw was when one of my buddies was shot by had shot an admin several times with a Super 50, uh, which is like again a souped up modded 50, and that is a proven one shot kill, no matter how juiced up or armored you are. And after finding out first and that the admin took 3 out of the 5 shots with blood based upon like blood spray, I was like, oh, okay. And then I actually saw the video and over in slow motion. And, at that point, myself and my friends all decided to pack up and leave this server. And then I tore down 3 months of my work on my base and just left. So that's that.
The owner was spawning in stacks of 2,000 of everything in his base. We know that because we raided it and we took so much loot, and it was fucking just everything was in stacks of 2,000. And then you just see the rider guy and whoever he played with, they were just raiding every base. There was no base that was too hard for them to raid because they had enough boom because the owner of the server spawned it all in his base and just let the admins in his base so they could just go take whatever they wanted.
Karma, you
And
got
they
anything,
built the
Dan?
Taj Mahal in 20 minutes in full concrete with big ass base. That just doesn't loading in, and your buddies are playing the game with you, and you're dropping super weapons. Just doesn't fit right when you got other people on the server who have played your server for 6 to 7 months or more, and they've grinded the game for that kind of stuff, and your buddies just spawn in and you're just dropping it for them. It just doesn't seem logical. So kind of ruined the server by doing that.
So I just wanted to start this video by saying that this rifle that I was using is a modded Super 50. It does 180 damage no matter what you're wearing. It's got 100% armor penetration. We tested it multiple times. Dude, I hit him 3 times with a 50. Alright, Karma's going out to 300 meters. I'm tinked up with a 50 because Proto and them said that gun don't kill you anymore when you're tinked up. It's a super 50, 100% armor piercing. I have the super vest on. Hit a guy 3 times. He was an admin and he didn't die, so we're gonna see. Imagine, it killed me. Shot. Here, Karma, let me do it now. Let me shoot you now. Let me shoot you in like the foot.
Karma,
And let's see if
share
it
your
kills
screen.
you in the foot.
Can you get up to 155 by
How about
dropping like
yeah.
all that stuff, the homestead shit?
Swifty's just killed that new player Bennett again. He ain't long for this server.
Yeah, Karma, share your screen. I want to see.
Can you get up to 150 as an admin somehow?
I can get up to 250 if you want to try that.
How does that work? You
I
just
didn't
have
say
Do
you're
to-
not
do
fine.
150. 150 is that the max downtown or is it
155.
Do 155 and I'll shoot
But
you in
that's
the
so
fucking
hard
foot.
to get to.
How do you
You
get
gotta have your
150?
comfort up.
I know it's hard,
Yeah.
but I just
Oh,
want
the
to test it.
comfort.
Yeah.
Right.
But the comfort only lasts for like 30 minutes. So if he's out running around
Right.
like a dick, the best he's got is 145.
Yeah,
And also,
when I get
don't think
when I
you
get to
can spend any time in
145,
days
I'll-
to get a comfort up.
145. There you go. Take a shot.
So it's on sale. There's a bunch of new people. And those fucking guys are already running
Mhm.
people off the server.
One shot to the foot, max health, dead.
I'm 250. Go ahead.
I've shot people with
Chest?
the 50 and they ate it. When they
You
were all
say
tinked
chest
up.
first?
Chest, so I
145.
right?
Yeah, do chest first. Do chest first.
70.
Same as before.
So you're
Yeah,
down to
because the
70
armor-
from 250?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the
Yeah.
armor at?
The armor goes all the way down. That new armor covers you all the way to your
100%
fucking
still.
feet, I think.
But so that means you did 180 damage? Is that what it is?
Yep.
It's 100% armor piercing. The armor does nothing to this
Yeah, it
gun's
does nothing.
damage.
But it also it damages the armor too, though, doesn't it?
So then, if you've got 70, do math. 180, yeah, 180 damage per shot. What does it say? Damage does.
180.
Can I
Okay,
get your
well,
health
there you
back
go.
up and take a headshot?
That's what I'm
More
saying. There's
times.
nothing in the game legitimately that can stop this from killing you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially based on like Proto's defense, right? Because Proto was the one who was saying,
Well, first they said I missed and it was dirt.
yeah, and then they're saying other bullshit.
Yeah, and then when I said, well, I know what blood looks like, then he went over to Karma and started saying that it was because he was tinked up and the 50 doesn't kill you anymore. Only the
Yeah.
VSD does. The
Plus, it
VSD
was
does
also
not
it was
kill you.
and also you had a super 50, not the 50. You had a super 50.
Well, yeah, that's what he was saying. The Super 50 doesn't one bang you anymore.
Yeah, like and what version of the game is that? It's such a
know.
weird defense. It's like scrambling for like,
Let me know when you're getting.
well, if your helmet's 100%, your health is 100%, this will be the final science.
All right. Too bitty.
70.
Same damage. Yeah.
Same. So there is no headshot multiplier. Huh.
I thought there was, but
You'd think so. Otherwise, like there's no reason to go for a headshot. Like none whatsoever.
Right.
Which is weird. Like what PvP shooter?
might just be
game-
that-
Now,
that's
let's
thing.
get the ultimate killer, the Super VSD that does more than the 50 now.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
Woo, extended science.
It is 100% bullshit. Because me and Karma shot me and I survived one of them.
Yeah.
You have to be teamed up though.
Oh yeah. With the
I think I had 6 health left.
well, fucking smack me with a VSD. I'm 180 health, so
All right, chest shot or head shot.
do fucking head. Fuck it. 195 to 61.
130.
At 130.
Is that what it says?
Yep.
That
But
was
that
what,
one-
head or chest?
That was head.
Head.
So, but it hits harder than the M99 now.
Does it though? What did you say? No, because I think it was like one.
No, that's what Proto
That was
said.
180. The
He was
super
being
was-
sarcastic.
That's what
okay,
Proto
right,
was telling
yeah,
us.
yeah,
that
yeah.
the VSD is more powerful than the M99.
Yeah,
This only has 80% because it should do 156, but it's only 80% armor pierce. Oh shit! Well, there's that chapter closed.
Hey, soy bomber, recently known in game as tragically hip because my hip got all fucked, but yeah, I was one of the regulars on Loot Shoot Protoflexion server for the last like a couple long stints over the last couple years. Cast and Polly are operating out of Proto's base, and he's got all this spawned in boom and super weapons. And Cass and Polly had access to all this shit. So what do? They start running around the server Friday night, like raids or weekend raids. Starts at 6 p.m. Friday and ends like midnight Sunday. Well, 6 o'clock comes around and they just start running through the fucking server. It seems like they're raiding every goddamn base on the map, but I guess some other people are probably raiding too. But we know
Well-
that they were doing a lot of raiding because therere's people complaining.
Well,
They
that and
kept
we could
fucking-
see the cases Proto was carrying
Oh
with him.
yeah, and that's right. And Proto, who had done like a couple of case missions, and he kept the cases on him so you could see where he was on the map. But as they were raiding, we would see Proto's circles on the map everywhere near these raids. He was just he might not have been raiding himself. I like to imagine he wasn't raiding. He was just watching his buds do the raiding, right? But they were tearing through everyone's bases, and they were like wiping bases too, like taking out the chest, and you know the bases by morning the bases are basically despawned depending on what kind of base it is. So they're like wiping new players off the server, which really sucks. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why Proto thought that was a good idea. You know, I know rating's part of the game and you're gonna have to get used to it at some point, but the population was just trying to pick up and there's so many new players. So he brings over his sweaty fucking hard-on buds to come over and just fucking fuck everybody over. Like that's crazy. Like that is just a bad decision right from the get-go. But also letting them have access. And again, the weapons and boom they're using to achieve all this would normally take a regular couple players like all week of farming to get that shit, right? Like you got to farm to get boom. You got to farm missions to get the good weapons. You got to build up an income in the on the trade zones to buy the super weapons, or you got to like loot. You got to farm like crazy to get the raw goods to craft the super weapons. So none of this shit is easy to come by. They just get on the server. Proto gives them the stuff, and then they just went out and started wiping everybody out. So that was kind of bullshit. In that like that first raid night that weekend, half the people are on the server left. Like they and announced their departures. They're like, I don't know what that was. That was bullshit. I'm out of here. Like a bunch of people quit the server that night. That same night, like me and Trip are in the game and we're watching Proto's like circles because he's got the cases still making its way up towards downtown's base in the water. You know, downtown donated to the server quite a bit, so it was weird. We saw that. I was like, what the fuck? Why Proto's already chased like half the fucking Proto's buds to chase half the noobs off this server, and now they're going after. Now he's leading them to a server donor. Because why? Because it's still so low pop. there's so few bases to raid. So he was taking them just for the sake of making them happy to have something to raid. He was taking them to downtown's fucking base. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, we saw it happen. We saw Proto's fucking like circles from the still having the cases slowly going up the water towards fucking Proto's or to downtown's base. He's fucking over people that are regulars on the server for years at this point and have donated money to the server. And I saw that happening. I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. Right after that, I was like, man, I got one foot out the door here. This is insane. Like, I'm not going to spend my time building up my game on a server where the server owner doesn't seem to give a shit. You know what I mean? Like, that was shitty. It was like, at that point, it didn't matter. Trip and I lost our will to fucking care about the server at that point. Like, you were going to stream and we're going to do events, and we were just like, no fucking way, right? Like, we just didn't want to. We were not enthusiastic about doing something positive on the server that seemed to be fucking over its own like players. Like, it's just like, what the hell, right? I believe there was a raid attempt that Sunday on Mercules and Karma, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think the end of that weekend or something, like someone had did a raid on their base. They didn't get the base, but they like started a raid or something, I think. And I think it was that weekend, because I think it was shortly after that like Karma basically quit the server that next week. He quit the server, started his own server. He came back a couple of times, but they were gone. After he heard about what happened with Proto when it cast in them, they were no longer interested. They still had their base. It didn't get fully raided till the next weekend. Actually, it didn't even get fully raided because they didn't get to the very end of it. Like, they didn't get cabinet, if I remember correctly, but they did bust it up a bunch. And that was Poly and our cast. You know, they went after Karma's base the next weekend. Half the server left the following weekend, but you know, things are still on the up and up because of the sale and Trips content. So throughout that week, population started building up again. And Friday comes along, you know, there's like 20 or so new players on the server, and the same thing happens. Cass and Polly go out and fucking fuck over half the fucking server. Exact same thing, getting all their boom and gear from fucking Proto's base. And then again, the same thing happens where, like, by Saturday, half the people quit the server again. It's like, man, if you're gonna be a super fucking Chad taking on everybody, you should fucking earn that right. You should go out and do your own farming or PvPing to earn your kits and like raiding to earn your boom. Not getting all this shit handed to you from the admin who's spawning it in at their base. Like, that's bullshit. And we know that was happening. We know that Proto was spawning shit in, like, massive amounts, and we know that like Polly and fucking Cass had access to it, and that's what they were using, right? Monday after raid weekend, I think is when Downtown and Cycle packed up their bases and just left the server. Very quietly left the server. Anyways, they were fucking around near your base, our base, shortly thereafter, the next few days. You hit them a bunch of times with the Super 50 cal. One shot with the Super 50 cal is enough to kill anybody, regardless of where their health is at, where their tinctures are at, what armor they have. You could be full armored, full tinctured, full fucking meat eaten, and get shot in the toe, and you're dead. So you hit him 3 times, and he never went down. One should have been enough. And that's whatever. It's like, oh, I think your call was that, oh, he must have his admin tools still on, doesn't realize. So I was like, hey, I think you got your admin shit on because I just hit you 3 times and you never went down. And instead of going, oh, maybe, or like, no, it must have been desync or something else, he starts fucking being an asshole. Him and Pete were
They
both
said I hit
saying,
the dirt.
you hit the dirt, you didn't hit him, and then they're saying shit like, oh, it doesn't do that much damage. And then they started talking shit on you, trying to suggest that like your content is lame and you're getting owned, and like that Peak said the stupidest fucking thing I've seen anyone say in this game. It's like, oh, you're gonna put shit on YouTube of you getting killed. What's your family gonna think of you getting killed in the game? Like, what? Like, who cares? Like, what? Like that's someone who's so insecure in real life and his whole personality is tied into their being good at a game that they probably cheat at. And you would be some lesser human if your family were to find out that you got killed in a video game.
They watch me die in game all the time.
Stupid. That's what I'm saying. What he said, what Peak said, was one of the stupidest things I've ever seen someone say in a video game. I was like, you realize we're in a video
Like
game,
my
right?
family's gonna think less of me because I got
Yeah.
killed and illegitimately, mind you, in a video game.
Yeah. We already got a foot out the door. You fucking
Called
chase
one of us
half
a
the fuck-
pedo. Not sure which one he called a pedo. Maybe both of us.
Yeah, he was called pedos and shit, and just saying like a bunch of toxic shit. For what? Like I just think I think they were scared. Like I think they got called out, and they were trying to distract from that call out by just slinging as much mud of any kind they could think of at us to distract from the fact that they got called out.
Yeah, you know,
know?
and I was still
Rather
on
than
the
just yeah.
I was
sorry.
still on the fence at that point. If he would have been like, "Oh
Yeah,
shit,
same.
man, I'm sorry. I forgot I was doing something as an admin. I forgot to turn it off." I'd be like, "All right, no, cool. That's fine."
Or even if he could
people
come up with
forget.
some believable excuse like, "Oh, it's probably just desynced. This game isn't kind of like that.
I would not have bought
You'll
that.
probably get me next time." But he could have been. What I'm saying, he could have been good natured about it. We didn't make a big stink about it. We fucking left, and we went to start playing on Karmas, and we start getting enthusiastic about be on a server where there's currently no bullshit whatsoever. So we get that going. You start making some more content again, and what do you know? Bit by bit, Karma's server is now like pushing the same numbers Loot Shoot was like a month ago.
Dude, I've been
You know?
having a hell of a good time too, honestly. If you guys
Yeah.
want to have fun with no bullshit and a decent community, come play Karma's modded server. We got weekend raids, active admins, and 2x loot.
Yep, and events.
And
PvP
events.
Shoot house PvP events.
Raiding events.
Raid what is it? Bases built just for the purpose of having taking turns raiding, like putting teams together. That was fun. I really like that.
And who knows what else we'll do.
But I
Any
think we're
final
done with
thoughts?
server. Yeah, I think that was it. I think the best revenge is living well, right?